definitely, as usual, and as per usual, at the same.
Oh.
Damn.
Everybody say that they the king of this rap shit, but never battled no one. They never wrote a classic. I'm old school nostalgic. I ran through.
Oh, we gotta make a display tab. Oh, there it is. Put this in theater mode. Just like we did the. And I should be hurt. Hey, I love you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And in
Oh
a
boy,
world
I'm
where
excited
scum
about
is
this.
king, the big plays are always crazy.
I'm
and
excited
Atlanta
about
Fays
this.
are looking so damn unbeatable. I'd like to welcome all of you beautiful people at home and also in attendance to the CDL Kickoff Classic. Let's go ahead and get things started, but this year things are looking a little bit different. No, Lottie didn't get a 10. My name is Veli. I'm going to be running the ship as a desk host. And with me on the desk, we have none other than Slack, Nameless, and my girl, Alley Cat Alley. This is your first year on the big desk. How are you feeling right now?
It's so unreal. I see the crowd, I hear my voice echoing around the stadium, the bass in my chest on this desk with this talented roster, man. It's an unreal feeling.
It's great. And Slack, man, seeing you on the desk is beautiful. We got a champion in here, a legend. How are you feeling?
It's a little weird, I can't lie to you, Veli, being up here on the desk, but I'm really excited for Land to be back, for the fans to be back, and most importantly, to bring my expertise to the desk.
And
They
this
didn't
guy
have
doesn't
this
even
one
need an
guy.
intro. We
I
saw
like
him at the
the
Esports
one.
Wars. We're going to try to get him an award this year. Nameless, Dog, CDO kicks off starting today. What are your thoughts?
Well, first, thank you for that. Welcome everybody to the desk and everybody in the venue. We are going to have an incredible event. It feels like Vanguard has been out for so long, but finally we get to see these teams face off. They've been grinding. It's going to be epic, Veli.
Woo, I can't wait.
Yes, the
speaking
teams
of
have been
epic, let's go ahead
grinding,
and take a
but
look at the bracket to see what
what's
matchups
really
we're
gonna
see
happen, though?
throughout the entirety of
Like,
the weekend. And just a reminder for those of you at
some of
home,
these scrims are
this is the
looking-
bracket for the next 3 days, and all 12 teams we playing in pretty much a little single elimination thing. You guys know the deal. But right now, Allie, take a look at these matchups. Which one are you most
Florida,
excited for?
Los
New York
Angeles
Subliners versus
first.
Boston Breach for sure. After that announcement video and the fact that New York Subliners, we're going to hear this all weekend, they are supposedly built to
That's
going to
be a really good
Killers,
match.
So that's a match you
New
definitely
York
don't
and
wanna
Boston.
miss.
All right, let's take a look at the schedule to see which matches are going down as well. We're going to kick things off, and this is going to be a good one. Florida Mutineers facing off against a new look Los Angeles Gorillas. And I'm Slack, man. If there was a match of the day to you, which one are you most excited for?
I can't lie to you, Veli. I'm really excited for this first match. We got 2 new formed rosters and a new face in LAG, and I'm excited to see these 4 veterans go at it, especially on land.
Right, and Nameless, what you guys do here in the CDL? You have this little pick'ems thing where people can compete with each other, see how their predictions are. Tell them all about it.
Yeah, you know, last year we had the pick'ems. You can go online and try to pick the perfect bracket, and Lando was the best out of the talent group. Like, this guy literally got every single match right but one. So go to pick'em.callofdutyleague.com to put your pick'ems in, try to get those points, and sometimes there's even prizes. So you want to get ahead of it and start now at the kickoff.
Pick 'em done.
Yes, and I'm talking about the kickoff. Let's kick things off, talk about what's been happening in the offseason so far, because there's been so many changes.
I want to see these
Let's talk about
pick'ems.
Roster Mania. And also Slack, Atlanta Faze, the one of 3 teams that didn't make a change, and rightfully so, right? They were the best.
They were the best, man. I'm super excited to watch this team again on land, and you know, you got the likes of Simp and Abizi, arguably the best 2 SMG players in the entire game. I can't wait to see their quarterback RCs and what he can do to kind of just guide this team and teach them the game, and then obviously Celium, one of the greatest flexes. I can't wait to watch him.
Yeah, and then like you said, the quarterback and Arstees, right? It just seems like the perfect roster, and people are hesitant to use.
Let's
the
not
term
gas them
dynasty
up.
when you talk about teams in college.
Let's see what.
When you think about
Let's
this
see
team has
what.
done in the last few years. The only teams that have done things similar to this are that Complexity team, that Optic Dynasty. Like, FaZe has truly been that elite. And Simp, the guy on your screen right now, this guy has been dominating the game, the best player in the world for 3 years straight. They deserve their flowers right now, and I think they're going to pick up right where they left off, honestly.
Allie, if there was a new viewer at home that were watching right now, and you had to describe to them or tell them how good Atlanta Faze were, what would you say?
I would say that every other team this season has tried to stack their roster in a similar way that FaZe is set up, with the with Arstees looking over them, a good veteran, with the crazy subs of Abizi and Simp. I mean, look at the stats overall. They are first across the board, and every team's just looking at them like that's the team to beat.
And speaking of dynasties, Nameless, man, this team, and I'm talking about NYSL, they're looking to be the FaZe killers this year, man, because they made some big changes in order to make that happen.
Yeah, I might be the only one who's calling them that, right? And the reason I know teams are saying that they haven't been playing that great in scrims, but you look at this roster and you think about Clay and Crim, what they've done in Call of Duty. They're really the last team to continuously contend with them and beat them at the World Championship. So thinking about this roster, Hydra and Neptune, the 2 SMGs to go toe-to-toe with the likes of Simp and Abizi, that is the formula you need to take on FaZe. So I think with time, this New York team can be that
Buddy and
squad,
Simp,
but, you know, just
or
wait it out. It
Cryptic,
might be a rough start.
And you know what? If they wait it out and things work out well, it's going to be very good for them, because look at these 2 on your screen. Slack, man, Clay and Crim back together again. This is hot.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch them, man. Obviously, all the fans know they've had a lot of success together. They've had 6 combined world championships across all the titles that they've played, and they won champs together in 2020. And you know, I'm excited to see them build the new rookies and see what they can do whenever they're bringing up Hydra and Neptune. And I can't wait to watch them.
Yes, and speaking about Atlanta FaZe and FaZe killers and whatnot, Ali, there was actually one team that was almost there. Who are they?
That's going to be Toronto Ultra, of course. And when we talk about Toronto, it's funny that nobody actually says they are face killers. They're the second best in the league, right? And now coming into this year off of that really hot momentum, I mean, their teamwork.
All right,
is
I'm putting in my
lights out.
predictions.
And going into this kickoff, man, I'm expecting big things, Nameless.
Yeah, and we really got to start to talk about Cammy as an absolute superstar in our league. You know, I think back to that raid clip where he just terminated everybody from up top laundry. Like, Cammy is different, man. And in this game, with a more pronounced flex role, he's going to be able to do whatever he wants on the map. So he's a lights out player that I can't wait to see.
Yes, and one thing that I can't wait to see as well, there's been roster wipes all around, and one of the teams are the LA Gorillas, and let's be completely honest, they didn't have a good year this year, so Allie, when it comes to them, this team just looks phenomenal.
Well, you know what? LIG did what they needed to do. They completely wiped their roster, start new. Now, the only thing that's sitting in my mind is that they went with a full veteran roster. They are cross-board. You got Huke and Gunless, you know, two big Slayer players. But again, FaZe has kind of set up this meta of having two younger guns in front. So we'll see if this risk works out for them.
Yeah, I really like this roster. You know, for LA,
Hey, what's up, honey?
it's not really big shoes to fill.
I'm gonna start dinner about 4:30. I think I know why the music's so loud in their neighbors.
Wow.
Well, all her boyfriend shits in the hallway.
Finally made a good decision in bringing in all these guys that are in their
Oh,
prove it
okay.
year to go big here on the main
I
stage.
think she might kick his ass out or something. Because there's like Nikes out there, belt and bag and shit.
What do you
Shit, I'm
think
also gonna
about
get
their
some
new team
Nikes.
this year? There's a lot of youngsters, man.
So I'm a big fan of it, right? You
I
obviously
think
have
he
Sid,
pissed
who's
off the
been
wrong
talked
woman.
about player for years now,
Like,
which
woo.
we've seen, and I'm excited to see what he can finally do. In
You
his
guys
pro
watching
league. It's
COD
his
League
first
yet?
game kinda on land,
Landon's not here
playing
yet,
crowd,
but
and playing
I'm
a big
doing
game
my
now, and,
taking my
so
brackets
for his
right
first
now.
one. And then obviously you have the likes of Mac Melton.
Oh,
this
nice.
APAC guy. No, Ellie, you talked about him a little bit.
Coming out of APAC, okay? We don't see star players
I just wanted to let you know I was just starting dinner at 4:30.
Calm down. But Nameless, we watched scrims, and there was one
But
guy
I love
that was
you.
at top.
I love you,
Yeah,
Jen.
know, I heard about him.
Is
Obviously,
it normal just to wear these vans around the house so they like get like broke into?
Yeah. If you want to just wear them, just wear them.
Okay, 'cause they're a little tight.
Think about the APAC
You're
region,
good.
Obviously not as strong as NA or
Okay.
EU, but he won literally everything over
I
there
love
in that
you.
region. So it would be
All
awesome.
right, I
to
love
have
you
an
too.
APAC player just come in and just shut
You gonna
it
let
down.
you go,
So I'm
baby,
expecting
babe?
him to go
Yeah.
after seeing him go
All right, bye,
every
baby.
It's
Bye,
like,
hon, I
how
love
big
you.
is it to see a rookie like Pred really make a statement here in the CDL?
I mean, it's super huge, right? You want to catch momentum. As a player, when he comes out in his
Mm.
first match, he wants to fry. If he does his thing and catches that momentum early and really starts catching that confidence and just the environment and land and everything like that, I expect him a big weekend.
All right, so we talked about rookies, we talked
All right,
about
Pred.
Rostermania, but coming up soon, we're going to talk about two teams and how they are one of the big reasons why the CDL is ready to be bigger than ever. It's going to be the Boston Breach and also Optic Texas. We'll see you guys on the other side of this break to break it all down.
CDL's Optic Texas is new just because they merged with Envy. Like, I think it was a good thing. But although Dallas last year was a tough team, so I wonder what happened to where. Wait, what'd that say? Hold on, back that up.
You guys on the other side of this break to break it all down.
Don't forget to sign in with your Activision account. Yeah. You get rewards for watching. Shaker Weapon Charm. That's cool. Next, I love that calling card. I love that next up calling card. What do we got to do here? Presented by yada yada yada. Okay, cool. My Activision's already linked. Convergence continues. Oh. So, what are we doing right now? We're waiting on this to start. Yeah, I wish there was more people. That's a vibe. But I know we got some good dinner tonight. We're doing wings, beer cheese with some toasted bread. That's what's up. Got some barbecue wings. Got some hot wings. Got a little drink sitting to the side. So I haven't kept up with Surge a lot lately, and Boston is brand new. So what are we thinking here? I know Boston has taken some scrims. So have they been holding back in scrims, and this team is just going to dominate the brackets? I don't know, because coming up to New York on the first run, that's going to be.
If you're one of the few that decided you did not want to come out here, this was an event you definitely want to miss. I want to give a big shout out to everybody here in Arlington, Texas. This event is
I don't know, I wanted to do so bad.
Let's go ahead and
Swear if I was still working, I'd be there right now.
Right there. How you guys doing at home?
God, that is a beautiful stage. That blue looks so good.
Clip that went viral last year, and I love it right now.
Well, their
Went
hometown.
viral last year, and Ali, it featured you. You were covering something with Scump in it, and he showed the world why he was king.
I was covering the Twitch rival Solo YOLO, and Scump won it all. I called it from day one, and honestly, I'm just telling you that was out on a limb. That was like the wildest.
Oh,
prediction
this
I've
is
ever
Scump's
made,
100K
and he
Warzone
absolutely
tournament.
Killed it with these birthdays in the
Yo,
final circle,
he
nameless,
that
got
final
away.
circle
You know,
was
speaking from
stupid.
experience, like what Scump
Dude
was able to
went
do
fucking
here is just
crazy.
absolutely mind-blowing, right? Like the guy
Oh.
didn't run the cheesy Riot Shield combo that everybody else ran. He doesn't play Warzone as much as the Warzone pros. Like this guy was grinding CDL, trying to be the best player in the world. He goes into a Warzone tournament, wins it, and beats Huskers and Aiden at the very end. Like
Yeah,
what? As a
Huskers.
Sixers,
What like
only
Huskers?
Scump would be able to do something like that. I was actually genuinely
Dude is
mind blown when I saw
absolutely
that. And you can see some of the
bonkers.
stats right here. Like the guy was a beast last year in Search and Destroy. It was like the resurgence of Scump after a couple of rocky years. So definitely looking out for him to step it up even more this year. But he's also not the only player that we have to talk about. Talk to his team. We got to talk about Dashy now. This is a guy that I'm really hard on. I break down a lot of their gameplay last year, and I felt like he was the one who was making a lot of mistakes, but he had a ton of crazy stats throughout the year. So I'm really going to be looking at him once again to step it up for this team and start to make the
Dashy.
correct play every single time so they can get out of the sticky situations that they tend to find themselves
Okay.
in.
Yeah, like you were saying, Nameless, I'm super excited to watch
So,
Dashy and just see
do-
what he can do in a
do we
close
know if COD
environment,
allows
right? He's finally
snipers
got that
anymore?
roster built
Because
with
I know they
two
killed
fire
snipers
SMGs.
for,
Yeah, obviously you got
I
Scump
think it
and
was
Shots,
Modern
but I don't think
Warfare
it gets much better than that
2019
when you
and
talk
Cold
about,
War.
the
I know
likes of
Cold
Simple
War
and
had no
Fuzzy, so
snipers,
I'm
and
excited to
Cold
see what
War
they can do. They have a good flex and Illy,
disgusting
I can't
sniper
wait
to
watch this
actually
year.
use. I used them in
Optic Texas.
I used them in
I'm hoping that
competitive
take home a
all
shot
the
this year,
time.
But there's also
Absolutely
another
loved
team
it.
that I am so excited to see. I mean, Methodist is on it, right?
But
Let's talk
and
about
I know
it.
Dashy's a sniper player.
And Slash,
Like
looking at
him
this
and
team right now. I mean, let's talk about it. Even
I mean,
their
former
introduction
retired this
video,
year. He's
it was
moving over to
awesome,
Halo.
but there's high
Still not sure if he has a team, but man,
Yeah, there is.
I
You know,
cannot
you
wait.
obviously have two veteran players in
I
Methodist
can't
and
wait to
TJ,
get these
and they've
games
had some
going because it's
players
time.
you would like to
We're
say
3
obviously
months
both
in,
them being benched in
and
the
we're
past,
ready to
they
go.
finally get another
Like,
opportunity
we're
to come
3
in and
months
just
in,
show
we're ready
what
to
their
go.
worth is, and then you have the likes
These
of
guys
two
have been
rookies like
grinding,
Capsule, which
scrim
people
every
don't know a lot
day,
about, and
X,
he
Y,
gets to
Z,
show what he
but
can bring to
man.
the table. Then you have Nero Poison, and I know Ali and Nameless, you guys have a lot to say about them.
Is it Boston?
Yeah, I mean, looking at this roster, like they were the 12th team to come in, and there's a lot of challengers players that wanted to land a spot on this team, right? So there's definitely a lot of pressure on these guys,
Methods.
especially Capsule and Nero, playing in a big pro match for like the first time on land in front of a crowd. We've been watching Capsule over the last couple of weeks, and he looks pretty solid. And they're also getting rated very highly by their peers. They put in a ton of work. So excited to watch these guys try to figure it out.
I wanna see
don't
what
expect them
Boston
to win
does.
here, but I expect them to be good.
Now, there's a lot
Their
of
logos
talk
and
about
everything,
one of the
they're
rookies
different.
on his team. It's
They're
gonna be
different,
Big
but
Cat right
man,
there on your screen.
I like
The guy
it.
is like
I kinda like
6'10".
it.
It's
Looking
insane,
decent.
right, Ali?
Yeah.
But coming up from Challengers League, I mean, there's good expectations for him to be a big part of this roster.
Oh, the expectation is so high, especially coming out into kickoff here, this being his kind of debut land. And what's crazy about this player is that he had pretty high placings in challengers, but he never really won. He was top 6, maybe top 4 sometimes. So Methods really went out on a limb here as the leader of this team to be like, you know what, this is the guy that I want, and this is the guy that I'm going to put faith in for my team coming in for kickoff. And you know what, if he believes in him, I do too.
Yeah, and thinking about that, like he didn't have the craziest placings in challengers. We do have a couple case studies in history where like Insight, he didn't have the craziest placings, but he came into the league and he was just lights out like best they are for a little bit. So maybe Capstone can be kind of that guy for this team.
So we're talking about the rookie right now, but he's going to learn as much as the vets teach him. And speaking of the vets, TJ Haley and also Mathis Slack, you played with both of them, man. What can you tell us about them?
So they're both really good players, right? We've seen TJ in his career do really, really well, but I'm expecting like a lot from him, honestly. With him playing with two younger players, I want him to be at the top level of his game, and I want him to perform as well as he
All right.
possibly can.
I
The same thing
just
with Methodist
submitted my
roster,
bracket.
the Toronto roster
So,
goes on, He was
For
benched
anybody
since I
else,
came in for him. He really didn't get to play too much.
I'll show my bracket at the end.
So I'm excited to see him on this Boston Breach roster, and I'm expecting big things from both of them.
I mean, both of them are big names in the scene, and we definitely know what they're all about. TJ Haley, I'm definitely.
And that's the
a fan
thing.
of
We're not
myself,
going to see
but
too
I'm
many big
also
names today.
Talking about it. Mathis, we've seen him on the flank talking about
Everybody's
why
a big
they
name here,
built
but
this
we're not
team,
going to
the
see.
depth that they
We're not
typically
going to see
have in.
Fade.
But
We're not going to
also,
see
we
Optic.
have
We're not
a
going to
boy
see
Guy Blaze with a one-on-one
Toronto.
envy
We're
with
not going to
Memphis. Let's
see
see what they have to say.
Minnesota. So,
What's up, everybody? Blaze
oh,
here, and I'm with
okay.
Memphis of the Boston Breach.
Memphis.
Newest
I've
team
heard of
in
this
the
guy
CDL,
before.
Comprised of himself, TJ, Capsule, Nero, Zed, and Dens. Now, Memphis, tell me about your squad and what makes you guys so great.
Yeah, so obviously thank you to Zen Dens for the opportunity, but we have a good group of veteran talent, young guys, right? Obviously Nero and Cap, new to the game, me and Tej, still young but been around, so I like where we ended up with the roster. Obviously we have a good coaching staff.
Hey, there he is,
Boston,
my
I'm
number
excited to
2.
be here, right? Newest team, wasn't sure if I'd be in the league or what was really going on, and luckily the opportunity came about, so
yeah,
excited to rep Boston and keep it going.
And now you talk about you wasn't sure being in the league.
Oh, you here?
Now, last
Come
season
on.
you was with Ultra, okay? Now you went from being benched to back on top, all right? Tell me about the journey going from then till now.
Obviously a stressful period. Luckily the stream sort of took off, and it's a different feeling now going back into the league with that type of supporter base, right? Like I always had a pretty good supporter base, a good fan base, but now more than ever I feel like I have more support. So I'm excited for myself, excited for the team. Obviously, it happens for a reason, so just looking forward to getting back out there and doing my thing.
All right, now for you
There.
to get back out there, your debut matchup.
Fuck your
is
life,
Boston
bing bong.
versus New York, and I know
You hear me
you're a
now?
Jersey boy.
Yeah, I got you.
How does it feel going up against the subliners?
Voice
and,
model's updating.
and what does it feel
Of
to
course
be a
it
part
was.
of that Boston-New York rivalry again?
It's weird, man, because obviously I've been on the New York side of it my whole life, right? Yankee
Where's
fan,
that?
Giants
Twitch?
fan,
Are
growing up
they
in
Twitch
Tri-State.
streaming it or?
No, it's YouTube.
It's weird now coming.
Or
to
it
Boston,
might be on Twitch, but I'm just on
it's
the
also kind of
YouTube
exciting,
official
right?
comp
Like
page.
going against sort of my home
Dude,
turf,
the
and
calling card looks
obviously
sick
some loud mouths
for
over
me.
there,
It's something I would
veterans
use.
I've grown up with, so should be a good match. Looking forward to it.
They are
What?
doing it.
It is
What?
the kickoff classic, right?
They're
I think
making
this
them
event
skip
is more
next
so
year.
just to make sure our young guys get used to
It's
everything,
confirmed?
first time playing
No,
on the
Yep.
line.
no Call of
I
Duty
don't want it
next
to be
year.
like, oh, we have
Nope,
to win. The
nope,
pressure's
they're making them do 2
obviously
years.
high. We want to
Microsoft
win,
won't
but
let
at the
'em.
same time, I think it's a perfect event to find our footing.
Oh, I bet
I
that
think
pissed
it
a
is
lot
a
of
perfect
people off,
event.
but I
It
bet
is
it's
the
going to be.
kickoff classic.
I
you
bet it's gonna
guys.
be a banger
That's
of
gonna
Call of
do it for
Duty.
Methods and myself.
And Microsoft might
Valley,
actually listen to
the Dex,
people and give us
take
like
it
Black
away.
Ops 2 or something again. That's like
Ooh, I'm
good.
feeling
If-
good right
if
now. By
they
the way,
did
boy,
that-
this look good in that hoodie, man. I
Oh
gotta go
my-
to the
I
store
don't
and go ahead
know.
and cop me one.
People
But
would
nameless,
praise
This is
Microsoft
about it for the pre-show.
they
right
did
now.
that.
If they brought Black Ops 1 or 2, because Black Ops 1 and 2 stories
Even
tie
if they-
together.
Even if they did like a
Black
Black
Call of
Ops
Duty for
5
quite some time. We're gonna have these
and,
guys
like,
going toe to toe here in some epic
made it
matchups.
really,
It's the
really,
kickoff
really
classic.
good. It actually
Get
put
hype
2
in the
years
chat
worth of
and
work
get
into
hype
it
in
to
the
where it
crowd, baby.
functions
Let's
when
get it, Valley.
releases.
Let's go. We heard
I want an
the breakdown.
Activision
Enough
Call
talking right about now.
Warzone. I want an Activision Battle Royale. I don't like Warzone. I like Black
The
Ops.
CDO kickoff classic.
I want to read this whole thing, but yeah, it's talking about the changes they're making. The reason they pushed the season back 2 weeks is because of Microsoft 2.
What?
The reason they pushed the season back 2 weeks is because of Microsoft
And the best
2.
teams in the world,
They were going to drop it with
they've missed
bugs,
you too.
and Microsoft got a hold
As
of it.
our
said
gift
no.
to you, let's
You're
up the
fixing it.
stakes.
I think I
Give
kind
you
of like
some of
that.
the- Oh my
Here,
lord,
are you on
that
YouTube?
was nasty.
Yeah, I'm about to
New rosters,
find it.
New
You're streaming
game.
it with the channel that CDL.
new season.
Just type.
Let's
It should be
get
on the front
into
page of YouTube.
The CDL Kickoff Classic starts now.
It's Call of Duty League is the channel.
Got Classic D1. There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Call of Duty League
Okay.
Kickoff Classic
I got a full bowl of
presented
popcorn.
by Zenny Gaming. We
Oh,
are at the
Megan's making wings and we already made some
Magnificent
beer
Stadium
cheese.
in Arlington, Texas,
Ooh.
where we got 12
Like,
of the best
dude, really
Call of
good.
Duty teams
Well, go to
in
your
the
side and do your
world
picks.
about to battle it out
I'm
for
doing that
fame
now.
and
Who's
glory.
playing first?
And with that
First,
being said,
Nears
I'm
in
your stage host, Blaze
Florida
for the
and
entire
LA.
weekend.
LA Gorillas.
And we are
LAG.
about to light it up. To introduce our first team on the stage, I give to you
Oh, I'm
the
full screening
Florida
this bitch. Let's go.
Mutineers!
I'm gonna have it up top. I might play COD while I'm chilling because there's a lot of in betweens in this.
We got Dave Patty, Awakening,
I'm
Vivid, and Skies. Give it up one more time for the Mutineers.
Vivid is a small dude.
My man
He
Awakening
is
is
like
about to join
scary
the lobby
skinny.
alley. I am so
long
hype
shots
for the
to
Mutineers right
it's
now.
mindless.
I am so lit right now. You can hear the crowd going
How do I make
crazy.
picks?
This team is going to be disgusting.
Oh,
you gotta
Let's
sign in,
destroy heading
log
into
in.
Vanguard. I can't wait to see what they do.
Blaze, we see what Florida's
And
all
then,
about. But who are they going against, man?
Is there money for this?
All right, to let you know
Okay.
who they're
No,
going
you
up
get
against.
rewards.
You love this
No,
big
there's
squad. I give
actually
to you
there are Twitch
the Los
or Twitter
Angeles
pages that make
Gorillas.
I wonder if DraftKings doing it. I know they do like Halo and stuff. Not Halo. What's it? World of
You
Warcraft.
gotta see
Oh.
Gunless,
See,
Hoop, Slasher. Give it up
Hoop.
one more time for the Gorillas.
Hoop's not a lot to say about Vanguard.
I have
So,
goosebumps right now.
hopefully,
Look at
Hoop,
War.
he's the tall.
Yeah,
he's
man,
the,
I can't wait to watch this
third
team.
one.
Hoop was saying in an interview, it's all about the journey, and I cannot wait to watch them on land.
Not Hoop.
Blaze,
Sorry,
it
Gunless.
is like an
Oh, this
honor
is gonna be
on
Game of
stage
Vanguard,
right now.
isn't
How
it?
are you feeling
I
about
forgot about
this
that.
matchup, baby?
I was for some reason I was thinking this could be on Cold War. I don't know why.
No, this is Vanguard.
Are ready to play and the
This
crowd
is
is
the-
ready. I hope you guys are
Call of
ready.
Duty
I hope
released
the
an
chat,
update
that being said,
yesterday as
the
well.
kickoff
Apparently,
classic
it
kickoff
changed the
now.
automaton. It had some things to the automaton. In at least Warzone.
They nerfed the crap out of shotguns yesterday.
Really? I'm glad mine are diamond.
When it comes to them, Alex,
Well, they
Skies
like. I think
was
Combat's
looking
dead.
so dominant last season. Do you
Doubles
think
is
he's gonna
still
repeat here
usable.
in year number 2?
And
Absolutely. Skies is one of those
the,
players that is
uh,
incredibly consistent across the
Einhorn
board.
got
And
stronger,
when I look at
whatever it's
Florida, the
called.
only
They're
thing I'm a
evolving
little
one.
worried about is when it comes to leadership.
Yeah.
I want to know who's going to kind of be the big voice when
No.
it comes to this team.
I feel like
I love it
Gunless.
this year. Sorry about
I-
that, but also this
I don't
year
want
as
to
well
say I
with
like
Awakening,
Gunless,
he was a beast.
but he speaks his
SD
mind.
last year as well.
Like, he's
Do you
been
think
speaking
that,
his mind a lot
Awakening is just gonna
on
be the same beast
the
this
game.
year?
So it's
He's
going to be a
been
little
speaking
bit
his mind
different.
a
Last
lot
year when I
on,
teamed with him and throughout the whole year, he played an AR role. This year he's going to be
Is
running
this not my
a machine
login?
gun. So I'm excited to
Is
see
this
what
the
he
wrong
can do
email?
with that
I
first
swear to
blood
God, I made it
percentage,
with this
may go
email.
up even more. And
I
can't
logged
wait
in
to
with
watch
my
it.
Yeah, it's also a bit weird though when you think
Steam.
about this roster, right? Because
Okay.
there's so many
Or
AR
Battle.net.
players.
I logged in with
He's
Battle.net.
a just straight up
I'm
main
that's what I'm
AR.
saying. I'm
He's
logging in with
super
Battle.net,
slow.
but I swear that's
He's
the
like
email
an
that I
accuracy
use,
type
but it's
player.
not letting
So
me log
looking
in.
at Awakening
I
and
know,
Skies, like
I'm
those
saying
guys
about
are
my
AR
first
players. Like I know Awakening
I
is
thought it
sort
was
of a
too, but
flex
it's
with
saying I have the
Skies,
wrong password. I don't
running
know
an
if I'm changing my password.
submachine gun on some maps. Like it's gonna be odd to
Oh,
me. But
that's why. I thought
I'm
I'm
excited
not
to watch them
not
play and
my
see if they've been
Nintendo
working in the lab
Okay.
and get more comfortable with the new roles.
I'm
Oh,
following Awakenings
okay.
as challengers, and I love seeing
I'm
my
about to
man
give you a
glow up
big
right
old
now, and I
blast.
hope he glows up this year. But also, Nameless, if the Florida Mutineers want to win, what will be the keys to victory?
I
Yeah,
love
I mean,
how
I
these
just
guys.
talked about it a little
these
bit,
guys
right?
bring-
Like they have to be
have hot hands
consistent
in their
in their new
pockets to
roles.
keep
Like
them
that is
warm.
going to be huge for this game for these
I don't
guys,
know
right?
why.
Like, the
I mean, I
SMGs, they
understand
have
it.
going off. And
I
then
Do you know
seeing
how
a player
cold
Skies
stadiums like
use
that
it.
are?
We'll see if
Especially when
he
you
can
have nerves.
stay in that role throughout
That's fair.
the season and not try to go over towards
That's
the
fair.
lane. And then also
But I'm not.
communication
Don't get
needs
cold.
to be a
Not that
priority.
cold guy.
Thinking about
But
last
man,
year, when we would
It
go
don't,
there
it don't
as
matter.
teams,
Once
when
you're
they had
adrenaline
players like
pumping and
Neptune
you're
on their
like
roster,
shot,
the
it's
communication
your body's
is
natural
also-
reaction to
that
like
has to be
suck it
something
down.
that they fix going into this
Oh,
season.
good
so the
news.
keys to
I got a
victory,
tracking
if I
number
come
for my
correct,
controller.
is
Should
gonna
be here next week.
consistent in new roles, and also communication has to be a priority because
What is
there's
this?
no other way to win.
Yeah,
What?
I mean, obviously communication is one of the most important things.
Ooh,
We saw
who am I
some
gonna go
incidents
with? My
last year
favorite
where it was
team.
silent at times.
Yeah.
But this year, I want
I'll
to see
put
someone
LA
step
Thieves.
up vocally for them. Maybe it's going to
I'm
be
gonna go
Patty
Optic.
Patty. Maybe he's going to be the quarterback of this team and kind of direct.
I
them and let
love
them
Optic.
fly and,
I love
obviously do
Optic,
well.
but I don't
Favorite
love
teams,
Optic.
though, I can select
But
multiple, so I do
also,
Optic and
let's
Thieves.
go ahead and take a look on the other side of the table. We're talking about the
Can
Los
you?
Angeles Gorillas,
Yep.
a team
Hold
that
up, wait a minute.
they were the worst team in the CDL last year, right? They weren't too hot, but they had a facelift and Nameless. They're looking brand new, and I'm loving this roster.
Yeah, it's a fresh roster, right? Like these guys completely squad wiped. They bring in a bunch of veterans, and thinking about the keys to victory for these guys, it's a fresh roster. They
If
just
you're
gotta
watching
find
it
their
on
rhythm,
YouTube, you'll
man.
get
Like the
polling
Kickoff
cards and
Classic,
stuff.
that's
Make sure
what
your
this is all
YouTube
about.
link to
They
your
gotta come out
Activision
here.
account.
Hook's gonna have to be the
Oh, I'm
playmaker.
sorry.
He's gonna have to be.
You know what the
get his
charm is,
confidence
too?
back, 'cause he got benched not once but twice.
charm is a salt
last year.
shaker.
And then the
Yeah, a
rest of
whole
these guys
thing
as
of
well, like
the
Slasher
cabbage.
got benched.
piece of cabbage,
Gunless's name was getting thrown through the dirt. Asim on that New York squad. There was a lot
No,
of
the
drama
weapon
stuff around
charm,
that as well.
salt
So
shaker.
a prove-it year for everybody on this team.
Yes, and a prove it year definitely for Hoop, right? Because Hoop bounced around a lot last year, but even though he was still bouncing
Yeah.
from team to team and whatnot, I still think his sub play is one of the sexiest out there.
Yeah, I'm super excited to watch him play, man. All the teams that he's been on and been successful, he is that guy on that team. And for this Los Angeles Girls team, I think he
If
needs
I'm
to be
not
that star
mistaken,
SMG
Hoop
player.
was on
with the
LA
likes of
Thieves
Asim being
for
that
a
playmaker as
minute
well.
last year.
I just can't wait to watch
LA
him
made
play,
a
and I
lot
know
of
he's gonna
roster
be
changes
cool.
over the
All right,
season
take a look
last
at the
year.
keys to victory right here. This Ross needs to definitely find a rhythm, and Hook has to be a playmaker.
yeah.
Well, for those of you at home that aren't too familiar with these teams, we put together a little beautiful clip
How do
for you.
I
Let's learn about it.
link my YouTube?
I let the game do the talking, and then after I win, I'll have stuff to say.
I seized the moment. You know, Championship Sunday, anything can happen.
Proving yourself every single day.
Hello, I'm Tyler
Gunless
Garland, gamertag Hook, and I'm on the LA Gorillas.
My name is Tobias Seam. My gamertag is Seam or Asim.
Austin Lidicote, gamertag is Slasher.
Pierce Hellman, gamertag is Gunless. What the Kickoff Classic means to me is kind of just getting up on the main stage with these guys and kind of just having a good time and like.
And if I'm not mistaken, Slasher was also on the LA Thieves last year. I want to see the Gorillas go against the Thieves.
Ever since I
So I made my bracket like that.
It's been
No, I didn't.
to be up on the stage
Because I'm not. I'm sorry. I don't
have
think
to see
Thieves are going to
Phaser.
be optic.
I feel like they were the best.
I don't
last
even
year.
know if
They
they'll
won
get
most
a.
of the events and always looking
I
to
think
win.
they'll.
What if they did though?
Kind of just looking in and
I would
diving
be.
down into their
I would
team, it
be
just seems like if
so
you
stoked if they really did.
shut down like
Because
their
even in
games and
scrims,
stuff like that,
Thieves
like,
ain't been
it's
looking the
kind of
strongest.
just like they'll start to become sluggish.
It's all about dethroning them right now. You have to in order to win.
It's all about the journey, man.
How'd
Shout
you
out to the
connect
LA
your
organization
YouTube
for
account?
always taking care of us, you know.
If you
making sure
there's
we're all good.
links in the bottom,
Shout out Brenda.
like
She's
in the
a real
description
MVP.
of the video,
Shout out Los Angeles Gorillas.
and
man.
Oh, and this?
Dropping my flow. They're
Yeah.
stealing my game, G.
it says connect your Activision account for
And
like
there
drops
you
or
have the
stuff like
Los
that.
Angeles Gorillas. And
Alright,
shout
I
out to
got
the
it. Oops,
MVP,
I didn't mean to do
Brendan,
that,
wherever you
whatever.
are. Hey, you special one out there. But it's about that time to have a little bit of fun right here on the desk.
Here.
Let's have predictions.
Here.
First things first, we're going to kick things
Free
off
full
with you,
screen
Slack.
you. Thank you.
Who's
Okay.
getting clapped in this
No.
series, man? For the
So
Mutineers, or
excited.
you think Los Angeles Gorillas is going to take it?
I can't
I
lie,
don't
this
know
series is
what
going to go
my
back and forth. I'm
account
super
is.
excited to watch it. Some of the mixier maps
Would
are being
it be
played,
the
I think,
same
so
last Battle.net, I guess?
That's what I heard. So I'm excited to watch it, but I'm going to go LAG 3-1. I think it's going to be a battle, though.
LAG
know.
for Slack Alley. Who you rocking with?
I'm devil's advocate here on the desk.
Well,
Everybody agrees with me, but
I
I'm
said the
taking
same
Florida
thing,
winning
LAG.
it 3-1, just
Oh,
because
LAG 3-1.
LAG, all those players are so talented individually, and it's a full vet
What?
roster heading into this phase, young
I
gun
think
meta, and so I'm just worried
understand
about the
that LA
team chem at
Gorillas
the
is
end
a
of the day.
fully
All right, Nameless.
new
Are you going to
team.
be the tiebreaker
There's no
right now?
returning
You are going to
members,
be the tiebreaker
but
right now. Who you have winning,
I
Florida
feel
or
like
Los Angeles?
they're. I
I'm
feel
going
like
with
they're gonna be
LAG.
decent.
All
Both
right,
pages
man.
map 1. I'm
How would I
expecting
find
Luke
out when-
Skywalker to go off. Maybe it's going to be
No
lit.
clue.
Now, backstage, they asked me for my prediction. They were like, Billy, who do you think is going to win? And I said, man, I think Los Angeles Gorillas might actually take it 3-0. And they actually came
know
up
the
and
last
gave me
time I
these beautiful
actually
glasses. And I'm going to be completely honest,
logged
man.
into
Right here
Activision
on the desk
was.
for my first time ever making a prediction. I'm happy to get things started. And for those of you at home, I want to say thank you so much for being patient and tuning in to the
Oh,
stream so
Zini
far, because
glasses.
first things first,
The
for this
official
matchup,
eyewear
we're going to
called
kick things
the-
off with the Florida Mutineers and also the Los Angeles Gorillas. It's about that time to pass it to a duo that I absolutely adore. It's going to be Chance and Miles. Take it away.
I can Mario Battle.net.
Very, thank you so much. Can't wait to get into this one. It's finally time to kick the season off. Really, the kick.
Oh, I love these guys.
Like a long time in the making, but we're here. We've done it. We've made it. Let's go, Texas. Let's make some noise. We got a big day. We got a weekend of games. I can't wait.
You sound like you are ready for Bocage, my
I'm
friend.
retarded.
Good
My
God,
bad.
the energy, but you have
Bocage.
the energy because
Whatever,
I
it's not
am blessed
Bocage.
and lucky for
Bocage.
my 8th Call of Duty title, and now I get to
It's
do
Bocage.
it 2021 play-by-play
It's
caster of
Bocage.
the year, best in the business, and we get to start with
check
him.
mine,
And,
Battle.net
hey,
too.
again, Bocage map 1. Good luck.
Well, that's right. Bocage map number 1 will be starting things off with a bit of rage in the Bocage.
Brought to you by
It's
Mountain
going to
Dew.
be something, friends. It's really going to be something. Again, thank you all for joining.
I got
us.
Twitter up, too. I wanna
Let's go
see
back
the
to
shit
what
talking.
Desmond said. Yes, let's talk a little bit about these teams, of course.
'Cause
Right,
they go off on Twitter
maps
after
and
every
modes,
match.
boys and girls, as we
Ooh.
alluded to. Bocage
Control! We're playing Control!
up first. That hardpoint is going to be a blast. More
They are
on
doing
that later.
Control.
We're playing
Rest
Control!
Tuscan Control, Berlin Hardpoint, and Desert Siege.
Dude,
Search and
Tuscan
destroy.
Control
Johnson, what's
too.
going on?
I mean, look, I got to take this one map at a time.
let's
The
pick.
team that like
How do I-
allowed
how do I
Bocage
pick?
to go through is
The
actually
plus-
Florida.
the
And
plus
if you look
signs,
at that team
you gotta pick how many rounds
3
to win.
ARs, you really only have Vivid as that like pure SMG. It is surprising to me that they don't want to play on Gavatu, that they want to see the Bocage.
Right.
That means we get to see which team
I
is
don't
most
understand.
cracked. We
They
get
have to
the
go up to
answer
3.
that every Call of Duty fan loves
do
to
I-
have. Who's bringing the gunny to the
do I
table?
select
Who
that?
can outslay?
Are you
We're gonna see
on
some
the
horror
my prediction?
today on Bocage.
Like
If
tab?
anyone's
Yeah.
played Bocage,
It should be right beside it, like
Eight
plus and
soon
minus.
to play in ranked play. Let me tell you, friends, I
minus,
can only
it
do
says
about
box.
2 of these a day before I need a nap and a cold shower. Prepare
You
yourselves,
gotta do the
CDL
ones all the way on
fans.
the right first.
Strap in. This is
Or on the
going
left.
to be a blender.
And it truly
Well,
is
yeah.
a map of
Seattle-
extremes
like
as
Seattle
well, right?
Surgeon
Even
Monday
from
Night?
just the very first hill on this map, it might be the most difficult like hill in Call of
Here,
Duty
screen share me for a
history
minute.
to get any degree of time on. So when we're paying attention to that P1, the most important thing in my mind is who's going to be able to try to flip those spawns
Oh, here we
and
go.
try to control that left side of the map. But we'll kick it off and we get skies.
Yep, P1 here on Bocage. Quite the affair. As you know, our player
Go to my
live
predictions,
coming
baby.
at you here.
Click
Big
on like my
changes.
predictions.
Lovely folks at Esports Engine now making a change and Awakening
Do what?
with a lovely
Here?
two. And
Yeah.
We're already setting up for second, top side of the
Are-
map.
are you not?
Will be P2, but already
Logged in.
the Mutineers find themselves some time, find
Nice.
themselves some kill and big wake. Back
Maybe
at
just
it,
like
3-1
refresh the
before
page
being brought
because
down.
Hey, yeah, Rod,
that's
definitely.
weird.
Those spawns are so difficult to actually flip. All the squad spawns popping up for the Gorillas, but not a great deal
Is
of
that supposed
time.
to be like
Again,
Fluffy or
as
something?
expected from
Yeah.
either team, you are just all about that control towards the left side, and this is gunning the
Because-
whole way down. You hit Skies
Here's
started
what
out
mine looks like.
5-1. 40 Mutineers, you can already tell, man, they came to play.
About 10 seconds now remaining before we go over towards the top side. And scrap time chance, something you want to talk about a lot here in Vanguard. It's not like it was last season at all. Like you
Bracket
can
lock.
get a lot of time here. There's a lot of battles still taking
Here's what
place.
mine looks like.
Spawns
Check
are
'em
crazy in this game. Break it down.
Well, I mean, just think about the nature
Mine's
of squad
locked
spawns,
now,
right? Every single hill,
but, like,
you can
those
pop a
plus and minus
three-piece, and the
here
other
to-
team's going to be right back in your face 3 seconds later. So if you can fight
plus
for
and
that
minus
10
legal
seconds
word
scrap,
here.
win those 1v1 gunfights, I mean, hey, you'll
Just
take
Am I
it.
late
But
then?
this is
Did
the
I-
money
did I
hill,
do
and
it?
right
Did I
now,
do it too late?
neither team able to get inside. The flanks coming through for Vivid. That's 3 kills to hit name, and that means this hill is secure.
And
I
this will
don't
be the
think
most
they would
quiet
lock
we
it.
see Bocage go for quite some time.
Maybe just try
Bounce now,
logging back into the whole
leading up to
fight.
the Mutineers.
Extra
Asim
round.
now trying to cut his way through the middle of the map and the rest of the way through
Like
their
extra
part as well.
round.
Gunless finds a kill. Also, over to Slasher. He gets his, and it's Asim's 2 that's going to lead the charge forward and finally get the Gorillas on point.
And this is a dangerous hill we're going to be coming to. And actually, 20 seconds left again. This could be a situation where Florida, they're fighting for the new hill. And it looks like no scrap type's going to come through, but they just want to secure the right side of the map. And already, this is the squad spawn special. If you have Gunless, if he can sneak through, well, he gets caught. But we will see that a ton throughout Vanguard. Players trying to sneak, get through the back.
I wanna
Well,
see some grenades
Sasha,
up
it may
there.
very well be his turn. He's
Ooh.
got the back. They've got the spawn.
Damn.
Well, in Florida, they are
Yo,
nowhere near
Skies!
this point.
No, nowhere
Oh,
near it. Slasher
Slasher,
still staying
okay.
right at the backside. Gunless finding himself 3 in the feed, and that's still going to be an open hard point, but not for long. Bottom side of house, grannies, as we call it in every single Call of Duty game. If there's a house, maybe 4 walls and a door, we're going to give it that name. And so far, it's all good for the Gorillas,
Oh,
holding this
Salt
one
Shaker.
down. Slasher on a 3.
The Salt Shaker's nice.
Silence falls briefly
I'm looking at the
across
reward right now.
arena. And now, Dav,
That blue- look at that blue pollen card, though.
Through the back window he comes, Vivid through the kitchen, and he collapsed now on point.
I'm not big on
Managed to
blue,
get
though.
there and get the contest, and finally cleaned up, and it's Florida with the time from the moment.
And just another hill, so tough to stay alive in. Skies, though, 15-7. This is your slay-heavy map.
Oh,
If you're finding the
Sky-
kills,
who is
you
this
will
guy?
find the dub. And right now, Skies leading that charge. He is cracked out of his mind. Couple kills going their way. And again, this scrap time, both teams will be fighting tooth and nail, even for those final 5 seconds. And Awakening there to take him down. But now that rotation over towards Barn. And, well, I mean, hey, this is only an 8-point game, as tight as it could possibly be.
Hey, see what you did there. Over towards Barn we go, and it's going to be Mutineers in control right now. But Sky still 16-8.
Come on,
He's going to be the one on the time there, looking to take
Mutineers,
care of
you
Hoop
gotta
as he
do
comes in
something.
through. And again, there's a lot of entrances. I think it's 8, 7, 8. There's too many to get
You
in
can
this hard
submit
point.
right
You
at
have to
picks
watch
until the
yourselves
start of the first
carefully,
match
and that is
for each
exactly
day live
what
competition.
Skies doesn't do. Asim with the opening kill.
Are you
Entry now.
serious?
His teammates have got to reinforce as quick as they possibly
So
can.
you're too late.
Side. The first goes
So
down.
tomorrow, I'll be able to
Back
make my
dropped
picks for
as well.
tomorrow.
Can Big P
once
find
I finish
any
the
more?
games
Over to the
today,
inside of the
but
hard point. Asim
I
doing
can't
what he
make picks
can.
today.
And as you can tell, friends, it's pretty litty here on Bocage. It is non-stop.
Well, here,
And the Gorillas
still like,
looking
get you a
fine
piece
so
of paper
far
and
with
make
20
your
left to go so far.
pick still.
And they got Hook in prime
Good for fun.
position. He's the one pushed out looking for these kills in 15 seconds. Again, scrap time is wonderful to have. It was a very tough start for the Gorillas, but they have fought back in this game, and for the
What am I-
first time,
so what
they
update
have
coming rounds they
taken
win?
the lead.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of momentum their way as they have slowed
That's good,
Skies
that's good.
down, but again, it
we
is
have
Bocage.
a
There is
card
no
map yet?
expectation for
No, we
anything
don't.
other than a close
You
game.
can create one and I'll fix it
Final
later.
hard point now in the rotation. We go towards the bottom side of the river, deepest part of the map. Little bit dirty,
Yo,
a little bit
Florida,
behind that little
what's
boat.
going on?
Probably the only piece of cover you already see
We're
around
keeping
here.
up.
It's going to be a mess. But
Guys,
for now, it's looking all
it's
good.
carrying
Dave
right
Patty
now,
finds
though.
himself too, Awakening joining there in the kill feed as well. Vivid, the backside of the map covered, but don't worry about it. Dav Patty's on a 5.
That means he's going to have a cruise missile potentially, or maybe not 5, maybe it is 7. We actually never know until the day what it's actually going to be, but this has been effectively a full 60 for the squad. Skies gets dropped, and finally, there's a bit of pressure from Gorillas inside
How
the
many
hill,
rounds did they play
but
this
now
year?
you go to sort of that 50-50
5?
exchange where, again, the kills are just what's going to
Yeah,
set the
best of
difference
5.
maker.
So
As Gorillas
the winner
finally
has to have
able to
3
get
rounds.
inside the point, but with 15 seconds again, you will see teams constantly fighting for that scrap.
Yeah, scrap time is not really scrap time anymore. It's all good time here on out. Looking to break 100 points will be the Mutineers as we go back over towards the center of the map. And this gate, once again, not an easy hard point to hold, not an easy hard point to pick up a lot of time. Chance, you said it may be one of the hardest points in Call of Duty history to really get a good bit of time on. But LAG making a case for it right now.
And this is actually a decent bit of time on P1, even just to get those first 5 seconds. But the biggest issue from Guerrillas right from the opening break was allowing that top side of the map to get opened up. And that's where Awaken is working through. And they're putting the pressure through both sides as Vivid is coming through River. But they are just fighting, trying to cause that pressure, trying to get those back spawns through. But Vivid, I mean, he's got to deal with the spawn spawns. There's 4 players around. He can't get it done. Guerrillas still in control of the left side.
Guerrillas with the control of the left side.
How Florida's on, you might be right.
For the gate here right off the rip. Just about 20 plus seconds now remaining, and they've done great so far. A brand new team, Chance. I'd love to go for a quick listen in with the Mutineers and see how they sound.
T4, be careful. T4 in the yard. Need to be on the barrel.
Back the roof, T4. Pierce, look at bottom mark.
Okay, come on, Guerrillas. Let's set up for this.
They're in a one. I'll help you with Gage.
Nice, two. Come on, Gunless. Gunless, hold it, Gunless, hold it.
Top bar roof. Wait, watch out the roof.
That's it, that's
Alright, Hook, what's the backside? What's the back?
Top bar still.
I'm looking at it. He's on the barrel fill.
Got one in the back.
I'm hitting my
Top. Nice.
Oh! Good white! Good white from Florida.
River, no, I died. C2.
I got double knee. There's one river, yeah.
I flipped again.
Fine. This is good. I'm in hill.
Next person to die, rotate. T3 weak.
Good shot.
T2, push it through. Then one top bar going down middle, I think.
Alright, we're pulling ahead, LA. Come on.
It could be barn on you. I don't see anything barn. I'm hitting mid street.
Top white right now, guys.
Top white color on you.
Top white.
Guerrillas, guys, we gotta set up for the next point.
He's gonna go up the tower.
We're not setting up for the next point.
Running back right. I'm trying to get
Everyone. They're right for me. Top white.
One in your back.
There's river on me.
There's your upper chase.
Back down the street.
Miles, the biggest standout
Oh!
is Dave Patty. His comms, well, first of all, the pistol on point. Good God, but the comms
Get in there,
as well.
get in there,
He
get in
is a
there.
motor
We
mouth,
need that
and
point
is a
time.
big question for this team. Is the communication going to be there? And he's bringing a lot to the table. So is Big Vito.
Oh!
That's a force free from as he was sitting in barn, trying to stay alive and collect this time. And fun luck for Florida. They're just going for the push. It is 4 guys around the hard point. 20 seconds left, and it looks like it should be secure as that lead has flipped again.
It's flipped once again. 50 seconds now remaining on the bottom side of the house, and we're going to look towards rotations soon. Big Wake will be the player on the hard point now, racking up as much time as possible as that conveyor belt. Now the rest of the team move their way forward over to the barn we go. It's a hop, skip, and a jump quite literally for Big Wake as he now makes his way across. Lovely angle to be found there. Takes care of himself a hook, slashes upstairs, and what can he find in this position? Checks his corners, does his due diligence. Now the back spawn's identified as well. Big Wake. This could be a huge play. Inside, the answer is no. Slasher, Gunless, and Hook find their kills respectively, and the Guerrillas maintain control.
Oh, and they're able to get the push out as well. You see exactly what Slasher is doing. He's swinging out towards the field side to get control, and he's got a seam doing the exact same thing over towards River. If you're able to get pushed out, Ethan Barn can be turned into a money hill. This is fantastic work as Slasher is on a 5. But even still, it is plenty of time left, and Florida, they are nearby here for the contest.
He's on a 5, if he gets to 7, he gets a glide bomb. Let's see if he can do it. Over the Slasher once again, there it is. Gets himself a streak to work with. Actually, so it's not a glide. You know what? I'm confused. We'll deal with that one later. But over now towards Big Wake, who gets dropped by Gunners and a nice 2-spree there. Time still ticking away. And the Mutineers, they will be able to devour this scrap. Rotation though, bottom side of the map, we go back towards River. Once again,
set up for your next point. Set up for your next point.
And this can also be a money hill, one of the very few on Bocage where you can get a great deal of time. And again, it is the same situation. You got both sides pushed out. You get Hook can be the Slayer. He can only find 2, and that should be the indicator of where the pressure is coming from. Slasher doesn't let anything through, and so far so good. I mean, 15 seconds by in Florida, they can't even touch this point. They need to regroup and make something happen, and you see the setup. You're just waiting patiently for his teammates. Florida, now they gotta go.
And Vivid's in the soft spots. He's managed to find it. Over towards Slasher he goes. That's going to be 3. Great work out of the Florida Mutineers. Break that one wide open. The hard point's now there. It's 25 to work with. Sky's watching the backside of the map. Can he find any more kills here as Vivid's doing the hard work up front? LAG,
everybody's running dead
they may go back towards the middle. They're setting themselves up for P2 as well.
I mean, that's how
Well,
far in advance
these are
these guys are
professionals. We
thinking.
know-
I mean, it is a minute
we know
and
they're gonna
15
be
seconds,
audio
but they are
voice.
making sure they take
Yeah,
the
they're
time
probably
on
not
the
running
left
into
side.
either.
And keep in mind,
No,
this happens
that's
a ton
fair.
on Bocage.
I'll be back.
This is not something that happens very consistently
Ooh.
throughout the rest of Call of Duty history, but we have a minute and a half on the game clock.
All right,
I
next
don't
point,
expect
next
a ton
point,
of
guys.
time
Come on.
P1 to come through, and this is a map where it just ends on time. You have to keep that in the back of your mind because these players are balancing everything.
Dave's taking heads today. This is a wonderful opening, and what a debut to the CDL he's having over towards Big Way, because he tries to find a few more. See him cut down before his feet touch the
Golly.
ground. We have passed over 200 points now for the Mutineers. We are going to see a little bit more time here tick away towards P1 as Hook now on your screen. The Chosen One. Can the Skywalker find anything here as they try to push them through to this point? Gunless
Y'all
leading
gotta
the
stop
charge from
depending on-
upstairs. And
I
again,
understand
much time
who's
as they
play-
can possibly get a chance
a
of all
playmaker,
things.
but
We're
you
so
can't
evenly
depend on him.
contested now towards the end of the game.
And Gunless can be that guy up top, right? Slasher trying to collect a little bit of time. He still has that score streak, but if Gunless is up top, he's the one that is going to be chopping these players down on the rotation.
Ah.
He cannot connect with the first. Florida able to get, well, I say get potentially the final few seconds. It will be the slightest lead going into this next hill, and this P2, in my mind, is what's
right,
going to
come on.
decide this
Come
game.
on.
If you
So
can
nice
either
watching
team
someone who actually
lock
sees
this
people.
down, you will put yourself in such a good position. And Gorillas,
I'm not
they might
screaming,
have the
he's over
spawn, but
there.
right now,
He's
Florida,
over there,
they
he's
have
over
control.
there.
Over towards the tanks. Skies, belly in the ground, trying to hold the line now. Waiting for Gunless to show
Oh,
us. He won't.
you gotta
Ooh,
get him off
flank
that
out
point,
from
guys.
LG out the top rope. As Seam gets cut down. Clock still ticking. An open hard point for a brief few seconds, and here we go. LAG have managed to find the kills, but they find themselves in a trap, and none other than Big Wake. Oh, he got snuffed out! And Slasher, he calls in the fighter pilot, comes in from above. The strafing run's going to open the field, and oh my God, Chance, we may be going back to a tie game.
I mean, anything that can keep it. Even 25 seconds. If I'm Florida, I'm trying to fight for this in Skies. That is
Oh my
what he
God,
has
this
on his
explodes.
mind. Looking for the first player up top.
Whoa,
Can't
this
quite
is supposed
get
to be a
through
good
the
season.
reinforcements.
What a
Not
way to
quite
start
it.
the season.
Gunless there
Oh,
to take
it's
him
part
down.
of the
It
next
misses
point.
15
Part of the
extra
next point.
seconds. Gorillas have taken
Come
over
on,
the lead. And
17
they're going to be,
seconds.
what, 5 seconds away from ending this game, going over towards New. Or maybe
Whoa.
Dave can make the play just to strip that little extra bit off the clock.
Absolute
No,
pandemonium.
needed that.
Once again, another hard points up. We could be seeing the last one here. And again, game clock 49 seconds to play with still. So things could get dicey on the flank though. It's Hook. He's managed to make his way in now.
You gotta-
The intention from the Florida Mutineers to be the verdict.
You gotta get in there, guys.
Break is on, and here we go. Gorillas are in. They're trying to find anything they can, but it's Big Wake. It's Big Wake.
Get him
Sasha
up.
brings him down. Trades are
We
about.
gotta-
Over towards Skies now. 43.
Keep it locked.
No more. We're back in
Let's
the
go.
game. And look at this time ticking away still. Los Angeles Gorillas. Can Boots hold the back line? He does. And the clock's still ticking. Vivid. What are they
No.
doing? As we
Vivid.
keep going once again inside the bottom of the hard point. A few seconds for the win now.
No.
Gorillas.
What the fuck?
It's 5.
Get him out of there.
It is, and oh my God, they may have just done it. To tie
Mutineers
for
won.
good.
Oh! What is that?
Map number 1 goes to the Mutineers.
Oh my God, say a prayer for Bo Cage. I am
Oh my
exhausted.
God.
And again, we talked about that scrap time right from the jump. I mean, you could pick any number of a dozen plays to break down, but it's on that P2.
Sheesh,
Remember,
nice.
Dave Patty went through the field side, fought, and
Told
just
you, man,
stripped away
Mutineers.
a few extra seconds. And well, they only won by a grand total of 4. I am telling you,
They
on
won
this
by
map,
4.
The smallest of plays make the
You didn't
biggest
start playing
of
till the second
differences.
half.
And on a map that, hey, we were thinking maybe not Florida's best, maybe Sky's not quick enough
Damn.
with the AR. Well, he pulls out the sub,
Damn.
and that man, well, he
LA's
just
got a
went.
wipe now
Pissing
for my
battle
freaking
all
graphics.
game long. He
stage.
managed to drop, what, 45 in the
Good.
end there? Brilliant stuff out of the Mutineers.
1 second, I'll be
Who
right
slept
back.
on
I
them?
think Megan's
Hands up.
screaming at
I know
me
you're out
because
there.
I'm
Who slept on the Mutineers?
yelling.
That was a
Yeah.
fun one to start the day. Woo!
Hold on.
Let's take a look at some of those replays as our first Bocage hard points of the 2022 season. Already a banger.
And I will say, right from the jump, these guys set the tone. I mean, Awakening had a hot start. Skies obviously started out 5-0, was double positive through different portions, but it really is no joke. It is fighting for all the scrap time. It is making just the tiniest
they're running
bit of
Tom Tom
difference, and
10-40.
again, the chaos just absolutely reigns supreme. In this moment, by the way, he was the guy that had the best comms on the team when he's gunning with the pistol like that. Dave Patty, I mean, what a hell of a way to make your CDL appearance. That is a wonderful map, one that Florida just put together. And as you said, in the power rankings, from the teams, from the analysts, even from the coaches, they had Florida down at the bottom, normally around 10th or 11th place, and that's normally based off the hard points. Well, they just showed up big map number 1.
I mean, Bokaj is a hard one. It's such a mess and it's so intense.
I'm not going to predict.
Don't predict anything here on Bokaj. It's a wild one as we saw those final few moments. They were a lot of fun, gotta say, man. It's going to be a good year, Charles. This is going to be wild. And also, it didn't go to the game clock.
It did not. I think earlier in the year there was a stat JP threw out that maybe like 80% of the games were ending on time. Well, these teams are starting to figure out a little bit better, and of course on land, well, usually the map slows down. Maybe Bokaj is the exception.
Oh my
to the
God,
rule,
Berlin
but,
on S&D.
I mean, even still, a hell of a way to kick off this series. And now we move into Search and Destroy, where I'm thinking for LAG, yes, they can bounce back. Hoop, I know, has been grinding Search and Destroy. But this is where I think Florida, this is their biggest threat.
I mean, I don't know. I got no predictions. I got nothing. I'm just ragingly. What? You hitting me? What is it?
Dude, we get Snipes back, bro. I am so excited on Berlin. I don't know who's pulling out the boomstick for Florida, but if we're on Berlin, I mean, at least half the round, they're going to be sniped. Yeah. Someone needs to put on a show. If the pros think it's OP, I'm here to expect them to prove it.
Well, also, I mean, it's an interesting thing when we think about the difference now, right now, because of course we've Search and Destroy as a game, and for the newer viewers here, it's 6 rounds, for the win. We take turns attacking, defending bomb sites. This is a much slower game mode, a much bigger map as well. Bokaj was kind of a little bit claustrophobic. Berlin's one of the bigger maps in the game, and a fan favorite as far as I'm concerned. I think it's great fun. What do you think, mate? I mean, is going to be an LAG bounce back? Come on, man. It's also single limb. If you lose today, friends, you're out. You're done. You get nothing.
And that would be a tragic way to end. You go out to Texas just to get 3-0'd potentially to kick off your year. But again, Berlin, we expect the snipes. We already talked about, at least on the desk, they did the stats from Hook. He had an incredibly strange Cold War season, but when he was playing, his S&D stats were elite. One of the best first blood percentages we had in the game. And a map like Berlin, you can be incredibly creative. You can take, I mean, a dozen or so different
These are some
routes
big
from either side of the table.
So,
yeah, they're talking about sniping.
I don't know who's pulling it out. I know Gunless for LAG.
They want to see.
Florida, I've seen
Guys can probably snipe.
I hope they do.
You know Big Wake's guy.
On a big map like Berlin, they.
No comment.
What the hell? Let's get into the game.
I don't know. With an Automaton, I don't know.
Up. New Call of Duty fans, though, welcome. We hope you're enjoying this.
Oh, I got some beer cheese and I got my bread.
Again. Wish we could have got to you sooner, frankly. We've all been itching to get competitive Call of Duty back into our veins. And Skies, starting things off great, Mr. Bueno, certainly.
I don't know any of these guys from sniping. So,
as well, a player who, we'll look back at his
we'll see how it goes.
I've never had to snipe.
For the New York Subliners. I think he came out on top in a brilliant way.
Well, I think it seemed.
Well, some of them are new to the league. Some of them are
best teammate you could
haven't played like pro league.
I mean, if you
before.
have a map where he needs to be cracked out,
so in this is going to be like.
Do you need the route man? Do you need the vibes?
Because
literally is the whole package of the
almost
teammate.
guaranteed
You're looking at a team that is like full of legends. Gunless had like a 3-year rampage where he was the best player in the game throughout the tail of the Jetpack years.
Especially in Vanguard, where it's like
sometime even Hook is that same caliber player, slasher, world champion. But the
you gotta realize,
Formal
was like the sniper of COD League for a while.
The potential
but
glue
that was a
of
different
this
game.
squad, and well, the glue
That's
here
fair.
in Berlin.
I got 2
The
snipers
bounce
cracked.
back game the Gorillas are looking for.
That's fair.
It obviously goes without saying, going down 2-0 in the series and giving momentum to a team.
The ADS time for snipers in Black Ops 2 is the same as
very bottom of
SMGs
the CDL. Not a fun spot for the Gorillas to be in.
Not a fun spot indeed. Here we go though. Search and Destroy. Map number 2. Over to Berlin. We have it. And up first, it will be LAG on offense. And we're teetering over towards the B-bomb site. And we're going to get a fight straight off the rip. It's happening. And it's Hook with a sweet name to start things off. And a 2-piece.
First Blood Reaper, there you go. That is what Hook provides. Good nature for the first, and they get the bomb down. And already, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. They win this round. You get that bomb planted on the B site, you have the man advantage. It is incredibly difficult to try to work your way and clear out the bottom side.
They already planted the B-bomb.
Setup from the Gorillas, it's perfect. Asim can stay in the site. The spot Slasher is in at the far side of the map. He can see the bomb from there, and well, Hook, he is the cutoff king. The third kill from him for the first round. He doesn't get the ace, but that is perfection of a round number 1. First Bloods on
is
point.
Hook that fast of a player?
The perfect setup you have.
Because these guys are like, I know Hook has been heard of, but they're like, I don't think they're putting too much faith in Hook right now.
Teammates fall. You're still watching that bomb.
When Gunless, Asim, and Slasher have all played. They all played the league last year.
The A or B and trying to kill everyone.
I didn't remember Hook being on the team last year.
This is a completely different game than Cold War with 2.
Someone in some nerd spot at the far right
Even
side
still,
of the map. If you go
it's still the
towards
league.
B,
It's still
now
that
we're actually seeing Dave
I
high
know,
level.
but painful. This is a painfully different game.
And well, Gunless gets the first blood, shreds Skies in that moment, and does get traded. So you'll have a 3v3 around this site, and this is very quick flanks right now for the LA Guerrillas coming through. They've got 2 players on the steps. This is perfect for a retake.
Dead Silence activated for 2 members of the LAG. Hook's going to get cut down to the flank. Great awareness there from Big Wake.
Here's
he
meleeed him.
No idea what just happened. Dave comes in and gives the 1-2. And gives the advantage now to the Mutineers. Less than 30 seconds left.
It's live. You can view it in game right now.
What?
Going up against Slasher. Dead Silence activated of his own.
The
a few moments to be silent. Oh, hello. There's one.
Stuff, you can see.
Mad Titan now in a 1v1. 15 seconds now for Awakening to get the bomb down or win the gunfight against Slasher. And here he goes, throws shoulders.
You think Legion's able to beat Paris?
And I think Awakening might have seen it as well, right? He was just playing off the clock. He knows he doesn't, as long as Slasher isn't defusing in the moment, he doesn't have to kill him straight away. And that's a pretty nice round.
Wait,
the bounce back
Thieves beat Paris?
Towards that A site, because
I would think so.
That was coming through from the Guerrillas. Might have been the perfect way to retake.
I don't want to say it's because I'm a snotty American,
able to sniff out a
but European games aren't as competitive
dagger
as
player in the round, but Guerrillas, what we saw from them,
that
be plant, easy peasy, round on offense.
And am I
Looks
saying
like they're going back to Old Faithful? If it ain't
I'm not saying they shouldn't be in the league, but I am saying they didn't do well last year, and I don't know what.
Highest point of the map, Gunners with the opening read. His automaton rings out over this cold night in Berlin and finds the first. Vivid though. Sneaky as you like. Oh, will he read the second kill as well? Hit and run tactics. Slash is now trying to find him. 3v3. Bomb down right in the middle of the map.
Keep in mind, this game tells you when the other team picks up the bomb. Then again, cruise missiles apparently are on 7, so
glide
bomb.
Glide
There you
bomb.
go.
It's 1945.
I read the patch notes. That's my problem. Florida able to get a couple kills. They've gotten first blood at every single round, but this is a nice bounce back. And again,
glide bombs are at 7 kills right now.
Again, the player left in the clutch situation. It might be handed to him. There's the first gunfight. Can't quite get the second. Aim assist a little bit shaky, specifically through that window.
He almost got
glide bomb doesn't seem hard to get, even in
the kill time in Vanguard is very.
Couple good rounds.
What?
You're not wrong.
But they're at 7 right now. They're not 5.
Well, Big Wake still doing what Big Wake does. A nice round still to the Mutineers.
3 for 3 though for first bloods on the side of the Guerrillas. They have been on point even though they don't get that round win. If they can keep that going, whether it be from the nades or
where's the CDL skins?
Continue to provide. You would take what you get in Florida.
Why?
Apparently, the A site. This is back-to-back rounds.
Well, the white and black thing, that would be a big difference on maps.
Be able to feed this information. Say, hey guys, it is a 3 versus 2 on site. They're in their Awakening. There to take him down.
Brings out of nowhere, finds the first. Will he dip dive? Finally more no. Vivid guns up in time. Oh, Vivid gets 2.
Damn.
Now he's got the bomb and he's got a 3v2 situation. And look at that mini map. It's your boy. Dave Paddy's already on the flank, looking to deal some damage here, and this could be the death knell. Checks the corners, there's one, and the second, if he gets it, oh my word, the teamwork prevails, the Mutineers, too fast, too smart. Another great round, it's 3-1.
Yeah.
And just a very simple call from the team, right? After
Vivid
shreds the first 2, Dave Paddy, he's just clearing out the rest of the map. He knows that everyone from Guerrillas going to be wrapping back towards that site. He plays the flank perfectly, and his teammates doing a nice job.
I guess I play into the hype too much.
A very well-executed round as Florida, again, I'm going to say it maybe 5 more times throughout this series. This is a team that everyone was expecting to be at the very bottom of the CDL, especially so this tournament. And here they are on cruise control in spite of the first blood.
Don't watch Baki.
A pretty good
disadvantage.
Big Wake doing what you can. And opening doors in this game, doors, breakable windows, and breakable bits of walls, and walls that you can break, and all sorts of that. You know what I'm talking about? All of that now plays into the strategy of these teams. And Hook may have slipped on through, but Awakening there.
I didn't know. Can you shoot to that window?
Now. Aggression, timing, perfect. Big Wake strikes once again. Wow. Guns. Wins an important fight. Slasher recovers the bomb, 3v3. Dave has got a nice angle here to look over towards the bomb site and help out as much as he can through the window. Will it land? No. LAG, they vacated the bomb site, giving it up, making the rotate.
And they're going for the quick wrap. And actually, look how aggressive Skies is playing. They might be set up for this read. They might be waiting for it to come through. Someone right there is top 3. Vivid up top. He has to find one, but he gets caught. This rotation for the Gorillas, they are taking their time, and they still have a little bit left.
Yeah,
and
they're
that B site
that
is
way,
wide open. And again, if you get this bomb planted on B,
2v3.
you're gonna have Florida.
The
They
B
have to
bomb
clear out
though is
so
a
much of
fucking,
the map.
it's a
about
hideout.
timing. Gunless there, though. He catches the flanker, and Dave Patty, good luck in this 1 versus 3.
Dave Patty, will he prove
Yeah,
to
but
be
at the
the
same
big
time,
bad
it's very
wolf against
tight.
these 3 little pigs?
So if they
Fair.
do end up holding up in there, it's easy to
Slash his
flash
eyes
them.
on. Pure aggression. He knows the fight's coming. Oh my. Okay, I'll give
Good
it to him.
pitch,
He
good
put up a
pitch.
damn good fight. But LAG, a wonderful rotation, saves them the round, and they stop the bleeding quickly.
And it's just, again, a good call to go for that rotation. You had Dave in top 3 of fire, shooting you through the walls. There was no real clear openings to get that bomb planted on
Okay.
A, so, hey, might as well just leave it. Go towards the other site. And again, anytime a team can get that bomb planted on B, I mean, you have to say, even if they have the man disadvantage, still a very good possibility of winning that round on offense. But Gorillas bounce back, and I think right now, looking at the scoreboard, Sky's yet to get a kill. The same thing for Asim. Dave Patty on the cross. Saw at least 2. The smoke came out just a little late.
Awakening's trailed on the door. If Hook flies through, he's a dead man, making a lot of noise, trying to bait something out. Vivid on the flank. Oh my god, it works straight out. Manages to get the first on a gunless. The first blood wizard in Cold War. And Awakening.
God.
Now Slasher, last up in the 1v4. This is not going to be a pretty fight, but he may be able to make something of this. There's the shots, but the numbers work out on the Mutineers. Another great round from them. And Vivid, another brilliant start.
I feel like Zuma somewhere just out there celebrating just that mid-map hit, the instant flake coming through. And that is, again, it is just very simple decisions and calls right now from the Mutineers that are making the difference. And Vivid, pretty much as soon as he gets it, I mean, that's the wrap over towards the A site. You're just
But
gonna
are
have
Florida
Gorillas
going to be
worried
able to
about the
beat
flank
Toronto?
line where Vivid
That's what I
is, the
want to
pressure
know.
coming through on the actual site. That is
I'm
a
not calling it
hyper
out yet,
efficient
but
round.
damn.
LAG, I'm thinking just go back to B. That's where they've had the most success. And it looks like the bomb is certainly leaning that direction.
Here's the B hit. Skies will be the player watching the cross.
Smokes out.
Makes his way in. Sky should be there. They have bomb site. Looking to the remaining members of Mutineers flying through middle. Here they come. Hook managed to take care of one, though. That could slow them down just enough. Any more is brilliant, and Hook somehow managed to get 2. Will he be able to get the 3rd as well? That would be unbelievable. This entire play has been cut to pieces. A disaster here on defense from the Mutineers. Hook won't find any more. It's over to Sky.
But he's got the
and
call out.
Gunless has got his number. The Gorillas, old B faithful, works out for them.
And again, there's the first bloods on point. Hook, a menace when he delivers. And that was massive for him to get those
You guys
kills
can't
as
win that
well.
thing.
Over
Stop
towards
fighting
that
A.
Or P2 hardpoint, excuse me. It was 3 players from Florida trying to steam their way through the middle of the map, but they ran into the Skywalker. They got cut down, and again, Gorillas, at least on offense, over towards that B site. That is where they have thrived. And on the flip side, Florida, I think just about every single round, just straight bullies over towards A. They've been able to do whatever they want. If it ain't broke, you don't need to fix it. And no one crossed. I think they might have the information. There's a couple late hits, and that's why Gorillas, they're going down low to try to have some flanks. They're trying to be sneaky.
How sneaky can they be? We'll find out. The roaring tones of Bear McCreary rearing out here as Gunless finds his first, and Skies catches one. Hip fire at the ready. Pistol, just as dangerous, and Dave Paddy there. Dave, sorry mate, as he makes his way to reinforce quickly. 3v3. The Seam and Vivid both tip out for their respective
Got a
teams.
trade at
Chance
least.
That low ground has paid off now for the Gorillas.
And Gorillas in such a good spot, too. You got number 7, Gunless. He can actually see over this A side, or he might be juggling back and forth. You have Hook potentially could go for a late pinch, but you also have a couple different crosses. Gorillas have all of the bases covered. And even if you plant on A, Hook can make this.
I'm back. Watch, it's going to be 5-5.
Did not spot Skies up top. Did he?
No, I don't know. He's sneaky. Oh, he's
They're end up in a 5-5.
now. And now look at him go. I'm going to kill him. Flying
Yeah.
forward he goes. Skies, he's in the window.
You should jump in a...
Oh my god.
God,
25 on the clock. Bomb's being planted. Slasher runs into it.
Oh, I should
That's
jump
the
into
bomb being
COD.
planted. 3v2.
Yeah.
Mutineers
You'll
now
wonder
buckling
something
in
between
for the fight.
matches.
Skies has got the other side of the map covered. Who's flying forward, cut to pieces. Gunless now on the 1v3. This is for map point. Big P, what have you got?
Okay, maybe in a second.
And on the bomb site, and it's nothing. Chance, what have you've got, your mouth is wide open.
Is someone from Gorillas faded? Am I crazy? Hook spotted Sky's top 3rd jumping over towards like the A side of the map, and he just cuts left. There was no one over there from Florida. I don't know if they got baited by a stun. I don't know if there was a bad call out or if Hook,